Alright, so today we're going to be talking about the first season of The Mandalorian and the 7th chapter, and as usual we'll be going over the different plot points and I guess where we're going to think the series is going to end up. And as usual, I'm joined by my friend Star Wars fan, and yeah, we'll talk about it.
Hello.
Alright, so what do you want to get into?
I think first things first. I think this episode is definitely stronger than like what we got like the past 3 episodes because it advances, you know, sort of the plot.
Yeah, that's a big one.
You know, Grief Karga is back.
Yeah, that was
he enlisted help of the Mandalorian, and at first he wanted to lure the Mandalorian to, you know,
get killed with his
Navarro. Was that the planet name?
Yeah, the
yeah, he wanted to lure him there for a trap, but eventually, because again, I thought its use in the Mandalorian, like the
Baby Yoda's force healing,
force power, yeah, the force healing, like I think it's justified more in the Mandalorian, because in the earlier episodes, like after
yeah, he was trying to do it with Mando at first.
Yeah,
right?
earlier, and then he did it with
yeah, he was able to
Karga.
do it.
So I thought that was very interesting. I thought they handled that better than
the movie.
The movie.
Yeah, the movie kind of went crazy with it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. We're just gonna focus on the Mandalorian right now. So
yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree. This actually had a plot point, and I don't think the last 3 episodes are bad by any means, but you know, they're just little one-off adventures that didn't really contribute to the plot. And
yeah, they're very singular.
Yeah, and
made for like TV.
I mean, the last one with the train heist, space train heist, that was pretty good. But you know, beyond that, they didn't do too much, except maybe establish a character or two, like Cara Dune. But yeah, this one, we actually have something to look forward to, like, instead of just being unknown plot elements, like, oh, how are they gonna capture Baby Yoda back? And is Mandalorian gonna kill anyone, like that kind of thing?
Yeah, I thought it was kind of a bit satisfying how, you know, it's sort of like Mando sort of like gets all the other characters from the, you know, all the other episodes back together, essentially.
Yeah, there's always something fun about gathering up your friends and going to shoot out the enemies. I don't know.
Yeah. I will say it was kind of sad because we learned the Ugnaughts name, like it's like
Kuiil.
Yeah, Kuiil. And it's like we learn his name, so we get attached to him, and then they go and kill him. Yeah. He gets run down by the scout troopers.
Although I think that bodes well, because even though this character only had like probably 5 minutes of total screen time, we actually care for him and don't want him to die. And I think he's the best character so far. I mean, he was
very strong. Like he had like a strong moral, you know, sort of.
Yeah, he wasn't big, but
like,
you know.
He was always like, oh, I have spoken.
Yeah, like he knows what he's doing, and
exactly.
He knows his place and headstrong.
Yeah, when he got caught out by Cara Dune for like serving the Imperials, like, you know,
he did give a fuck.
Yeah, like he sort of like held his ground and like, oh, I was just like bought. I was, you know, servitude.
Like, don't give me this shit, little bitch. Even though like she's massive.
Yeah, he worked for his freedom.
Yeah, man. He is like the ultimate authority.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was a well-written character.
Yeah, I thought he was a pretty strong character too.
Just compared to the movies, like, yeah, some of those characters are just flat.
Yeah.
Alright, what else?
I think it's a little bit silly how when they meet the client again, like he doesn't have his tracking fob, so like he doesn't know that Baby Yoda is not in the cradle. Yeah,
those damn tracking fobs, like, they're so quintessential to the plot, because that's what the last 3 episodes are basically about, in some regard or another, and then he doesn't have one. Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Like you would think like he would want to have it just to make sure that they're not pulling anything fishy, in which they do.
Even though we still don't
know. And
I
guess Moff Gideon must have found out what they were doing. He must have had a tracking fob because he calls the client up and he's like, yes, I have the baby. He's like, are you sure about that? And like he gets killed by all the he gets killed by all the death troopers outside.
Well, I was thinking that was because Gideon wanted to have Baby Yoda for himself and not just let his cronies do it. But, I guess there's different interpretations for what he meant by that.
Yeah. I thought it was kind of weird how that TIE fighter landed. Like, its wings folded in on itself and it had landing gear. Like, I always assumed that, like, they sort of just didn't have folding wings.
Like in the movie, right?
Yeah, they just sort of like sit down, with their fixed wings.
I don't know. I thought that was kind of cool though. Like
I thought it was a little bit over the top.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like the kind of a little bit of fan service. I don't know if you want to call it that, but it gives a in-depth explanation, and it's not just some. It's not just some random thing that doesn't have make sense or continuity, but yeah, I can see how some people would think that weird, but nah. So, predicting for the next episode, I'm thinking IG-11's gonna save the day, come out of the ship and kill the scout troopers and be a distraction.
Yeah, because he was rebuilt by Queel, but then he like, when they arrive on the planet, there's nothing really shown of him.
Yeah, he's just, we didn't really get any shots, so. Except, like, hey, staying there. I don't like you kind of thing.
Yeah. For the next episode, I'm gonna predict that, like, the rest of the Mandalorian clan is gonna show up in some capacity.
You think they're gonna do that again?
Maybe. Like, the thing is, like, I think it would be satisfying to see them all again.
Yeah, although
because it would add to the lore of sort of the Mandalorian. Because I thought like in the beginning 2 episodes, like with like them crafting the armor and that stuff like that, that was interesting to me.
Although they already left Navarro though after their first little.
Yeah, but like again, like if they do show up, it would be hopeful. If they do show up, it would help to explain what they were doing and the time of the other 3 episodes and like why they're back.
And you know what? They've pulled the killing Baby Yoda by bounty hunter thing, so they could do that again. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, if they really wanted to pull the same shit they have, then I can see them doing that.
Yeah, but what if like the Mandalorian dies like trying to save Baby Yoda?
Oh, they're not gonna kill off the main character. Oh, what?
I'm just saying, like, what
people don't seem to stay dead in Star Wars, so you can come back.
Oh yeah, sure. Nobody's ever really gone. Words of Luke Skywalker.
And Palpatine just comes back.
Yeah, but that's a discussion for another video.
Good discussion. Or what did Ma say? A good story for another time. Or good question for another time.
Yeah, Maz Kanata. That was never really explained either.
I mean, at this point, it doesn't matter, but
I suppose not.
Lucky.
Still, it would have been really nice to know.
Like how Palpatine came back. That would have been really nice to know.
Make sure the depot burns. Bomb countdown nearing 0.
Yeah. But
yeah, sorry, wrong topic. Yeah.
Yeah, getting back on track to the Mandalorian. It's gonna be really interesting how sort of what Deus Ex Machina the Mando is gonna pull to get out of the the situation that they're in, trapped in that cantina.
Oh yeah, he's already done the little flash charge thing. So what's he gonna do now?
Yeah, he's essentially surrounded. Like he's used most of those whistling birds.
Yeah, that's
the thing on his wrist.
Oh, they failed against the devil guy, so I don't think he has any more. Right?
Yeah, like the thing is, like the armorer, sort of the person that that woman character that gives him his armor. He's like, oh, like these are like rare, like use them sparingly. Like but he just like keeps using them like there's no tomorrow.
I mean, the stormtrooper thing was valid, but
true. But I thought that like okay, like he's used all of them, like you know, like he doesn't have them anymore. But then he keeps using them further on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but I also thought it was kind of interesting how the stormtroopers that show up like after that troopers do their thing, like they're all like clean armor.
Yeah,
like,
weren't they?
The troopers that were shown earlier had like dirty armor, so the Empire must be getting supplied, you know, somewhere.
Or maybe this is like a holdout that wants to maintain its good looks and proper form and procedures. I don't know. That's how I would interpret it. But
yeah, but then why did the client have, you know, such stormtroopers with such dirty armor?
maybe I'm guessing that he was only living on Navarro permanently and not like in the main resupply thing like you were talking about. So maybe like he had to live on his own for a while. Couldn't do his couldn't be part of the main supply routes, but yeah. Oh yeah, another thing, that troop transport was apparently like a toy from like the first Star Wars days that my dad played with, so he thought that was cool to come back, and it was in
that's been featured in Rebels too.
Yeah, so I guess it was because you know, like Kenner made all these little toys that weren't in the movies that were Star Wars and stuff, you know, just whatever the hell they were thinking of, so that was kind of interesting. I didn't know that's where that came from.
Yeah, that was sort of like a Easter egg, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it would be.
For, you know, eagle-eyed Star Wars fans.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of that stuff in Star Wars, so. Alright, you have any other thoughts?
I thought the scene with like them at night and they get tracked by those dragon things. I thought that was a little bit weird because at first I thought they were like Minox, but then they were like bigger and like yeah, exactly, they were bigger. But like I was expecting to hear some sort of like species name, but like we didn't get any of that.
Yeah, it was just generic.
So I was like,
it's like either like the wild dogs or wolves, hyenas, you know. Whatever fits the purpose and the theme.
Yeah.
You know, I thought the gun that Cara Dune got was a BAR, but I'm not sure.
Oh no, that was actually a Bren gun.
It was a Bren.
Yeah,
okay.
I could tell from the sight. Yeah, I like at first I thought it was a BAR too, but after I saw like the rest of the weapon, it was definitely a Bren gun.
Yeah, because I thought I saw like the forearm grip, and then I thought I saw the carry handle too.
Yeah, but the Bren arm also has like that sort of grip too.
It does, yeah, you're right. So that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, it definitely gives it a bit more like how like in the original trilogy, like with like some of the stormtroopers' weapons.
Yeah, they had a Lewis gun. MG34,
yeah, like
I think.
Yeah, the MG34 and 42.
What was the 42?
And like the Sten gun, like with their E11s, it kind of had that feel.
The E11 was a Sterling.
I could have swore it was a Sten.
No, it's a Sterling.
Oh. Well, maybe the Sterling's a model of the Sten.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't research the Sterling.
But yeah, I think that's kind of all I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, so pretty good episode. Ties back into the main plot and gives us a 2-story arc for the last 2 episodes, and yeah,
definitely excited to see how it ends.
I think the last note I want to make is the lady that directed this also directed the 3rd episode, which I liked a lot, and I think it was a pretty good one. And then she's also directing the Obi-Wan Kenobi series coming out in the near future, so I mean, if she can keep up that kind of...
Oh, was it like Dallas Bryce Howard, something like that?
No, it was it wasn't her. No, she did the 4th episode, I think. I didn't really like that one.
I didn't really catch the director's name at the end of this episode.
Yeah, it was I don't remember. It was kind of weird, but yeah. Damn, Luke. So yeah, I think we'll end it off with that.
Alright, I'm excited to see how this all ends.
Yeah, so see everyone next time.
Yeah, see you next time.